Hey guys, welcome to today's Lorraine's channel. I'm staying in London and the weather in London recently is rainy and gloomy. For this weather, I'm already trying my best to use the therapy lamp and also try to be active all the time, but sometimes it just doesn't help. So if you have any other method, please leave the comment below so I can also try it and make this winter less miserable. A few days ago, I was talking to one of the family friend's daughter. She's preparing to come here for the postgraduate. And because of this coronavirus situation, quite a lot of Chinese students, they couldn't really make it here in this September to start their new life here. And then I was just thinking the other day, what was my life like when I was a postgraduate student here? That wasn't really a long time ago, and I still remember a lot of details on my plane here. I was on the plane with my best friend, so I think that's a very good start for me because I don't feel lonely at all on my flight here. I don't feel threatened. By then, I was so looking forward to start my life here because when I was in China for college, I still visit my parents like twice a year, and every time I stay there for over a month, you still feel like you stay quite close with your parents. But here, I got not really anybody to rely on, and I'm quite excited about that to start my new life here. After we landed, I think the first thing we need to do is adjust us from our native language Chinese to the English. And I think that wasn't really very tricky for me. We've been studying English for a very long time for that moment. So language wasn't the biggest issue for me. But after I've been talking to a lot of people, I realized the culture difference is actually quite big. After we knew everybody in the class and people start to hang out, to go to the bar, to go to the club, I've never been to clubbing and I barely even had a drink with my friends in college. So everything was just very new to me. I'm not very up to date, but I adapted myself quite quickly. And I still remember the time when I went clubbing with my friends and just pulled all-nighter and stay with them. And that was just simply fun for me, and you can feel that people from different backgrounds, they're exchanging their ideas, they're sharing their experience, and that was such an amazing experience for me. All the friends in my class are from different parts of Europe, so I got to learn a lot of things that I didn't know before, and all those culture differences start to show up. Because back in China, when you are dressed nicely and when you did a special makeup, people will see you and they will probably compliment you, say, "Oh, you look nice today," and you say, "Oh, it's nothing. I didn't really put too much attention to me, or I didn't really put too much effort on me," and you tend to be quite moderate. But here, it's when people say, "Oh, you look nice," you say, "Oh, thank you," and you just take it, and actually that made me really feel good about myself. And that's the thing that I feel quite satisfying when people see you and when you dress nicely and they say, "Oh, you look nice today." I say, "Oh, thank you. Oh, I got this from somewhere else," or all those small talks. And that was my favorite part when I just started my life here. And all my friends, they're simply just so kind and nice. We talked a lot, we hang out a lot. They really made my life much easier here. But there's some really interesting happening during my time here. The first time when my friend said something bad and she just knocked on the wood, and we don't have that tradition, and that really surprised me. It's "What are you doing?" She said, "Just to get rid of the bad luck." And I said, "Oh, that's a really interesting habit." And also the Christmas here, all my friends went back to home, and I could go back to China, but because it's not really the vacation time in China. So all my friends and all my family, they couldn't really take a lot of time off, so I decided to stay here. And for the Spring Festival, which is like the Christmas in China, I couldn't really go back because that's my exam time. So I've been using a lot of time to prepare for all those examinations and for all those papers. But after that, me and my Chinese friends, we gathered together for a hot pot party, which is very nice. So let me know if you also had some Chinese friend in your class when you were in college, or you actually have some Chinese friend around you right now. And another thing in actually most of the Chinese students' personalities, that they like to be shy. They don't really reach out to you and share with you their life. But if you like to know them, and I'm pretty sure they will be very friendly and they would like to know you as well. Language, I mean, English, they may not be the expert from the beginning, but you have to give them a chance to try. And one day I'm pretty sure they will be as good as the native speakers. So there are some anecdotes in my life and what culture differences I have in mind. Even if you are not Chinese student, maybe you came from some other part of the world but you also feel the difference, please leave the comments below and let me know what happened to you. I guess that's all for today, so I will see you next week. Bye!